So in this little box here is a SOG kit. And I know, I've not been the best person in support of SOG systems in the past. However, with the new system of getting the longest time possible out of your toilet, and not wanting to use chemicals so that I can dispose of the toilet stuff around normal places, SOG system. Now, fortunately, our cassette supports Thetford's own SOG system. I do apparently have to replace quite a few bits inside, so I'm going to unbox this, see what I've got to replace, and then we'll go and look inside where the cassette goes of the toilet system. It's all nice and clean, so don't worry, you don't need to cover your eyes. And then we'll see what's involved in fitting one of these. So it is a complete kit, everything comes in the bag, so I am led to believe. So those are the part numbers, just in case you want to do this yourself, and it's the C260 electric ventilator kit for cassette toilet. So let's see what's involved. So you obviously get some components that I wasn't aware of, but hey ho. It looks like it's the new top for where you press to flush the toilet with a new sticker, the fan, connector, some foam sealing pieces, and whatever that is. I'm presuming that goes through the floor or something for the extractor. And then obviously the main bit, which is the charcoal filter. Apparently this lasts a year and is really easy to swap out and change. So it's been about a month now since we installed the SOG system. I know it's not technically a SOG system because that's someone else's branding, but Thetford's version of that, which is the extracting of the smelly whiffs out through the cassette system and underneath the van. The installation process was fairly straightforward, nothing really cropped up. However, the reason why you won't hear me talking much is because it was a very windy day. So the steps are really simple, they're fully detailed in the instruction book that you get with the full kit. And basically you're replacing some electronics within the cassette kind of like compartment. So the first thing to do is whip the cassette out. You can see the cassette system and the way that the air comes through it, and the fact that there's a vent underneath the cassette, and that little vent underneath the cassette goes up inside the cassette to the top of the cassette. So don't think that it's venting from the very base of the cassette, even though you can see it, but it's kind of like an internal structure, an internal ducting system, which allows the smells to be kind of sucked out. That little hole underneath then aligns with the first part of where the filter hole is. So the little filter aligns with one side of that hole. Then obviously the filter itself spans across the base of the toilet floor, and the other hole of the filter is where the fan is that you're going to install. So essentially you're sucking the air through the filter from the little hole in the cassette. Obviously that's a system they've designed so that by the time the air comes out from under your van, it's not smelly, hopefully not at all. I've certainly had a whiff down there. You know, you got to try it, haven't you? And I can't smell anything at all, nor can I smell anything inside the toilet either. So once you've basically extracted or removed the cassette, there's two little screws on a little back plate, and hidden in there is another little control board. So exchange that for the new one that's in the kit. Then this is where it got a bit finicky for me, because the way that my cassette system has been installed, there are battens supporting it underneath, and I couldn't get to those battens to remove the cassette. So everything I did isn't per the instructions. What I essentially did was, wherever I could possibly get using chisels and multi-tools, I removed the battens in the way that they were in the way of like the fan extraction hole that needed to go through the floor of the van and that kind of stuff. So that's why you're not going to see me drill a big hole and do all the things that are instructions. You're not going to see me do that, because I did it in another way. The space inside the van was too confined for me to work and film at the same time, so I just kind of take my word that that's been completed, because otherwise it won't work. So after you've done that, you can basically, after you put the hole in the floor, you can install the fan and the little foam piece that goes around it, and then there's a little cable that comes out the fan. Strange enough, they've put a little converter on it so that it connects up to the next modification you've got to do, which is the normal, you know, you press for the electric flush button. Well, that entire panel underneath comes out, and I'll explain why. It's quite cool as well. And you've got to change that, and part of that being changed is that the fan connects onto it. Like I say, and it's very crucial that in the kit you notice that the fan cable has this little converter connector on it, which allows the fan then to connect to this new control board. So that's the old one peeled off. This is the bit that we need to unclip from there, which apparently is as easy as doing that. There we go. Now the control board, like I say, it's just whip the other one out, then drop this in place. It comes with a new sticker that goes on top. Right, so we need to go down there, get the panel. There we go. Clip the panel in place. That's it done now. Red flashing light, that's a new one. No cassette in there. Right, there we go. Well, that explains that anyway. You can hear the fan working. So that's obviously going to help with getting that one. Those two obviously aren't used, and that's the flush. Yeah, flush works fine. So yeah, let's go and put the cassette back in, put the filter on, and see how it works then. Right, so everything's wired in. Took the stickers off the top and the bottom part of that. That then sits in there. And that goes in there. Job done. Right, so that's all fitted now. Everything's fitted back in. All the electrics are now done. So, first thing I need to do is, so the one press, you come into the toilet, press that, it doesn't flush, but it turns the fan on. And that means then if you've got the flap open, obviously you can do your business, or flap closed, you know, I'm not going to judge you. We don't judge people. And then when you've finished your business, you flush. Switch it off. I mean, does that still flush? Yep. So I don't know how then that switches off, or if that stays on all the time, or if it times out after a few minutes. I'll come back in a few days' time and give you the experience of using it and talk about smells and all that kind of stuff. You'll notice then that you've got more lights to indicate how full your cassette is, and also the little fan light. Now it's really weird because the fan button isn't raised, so until the actual fan light's on you don't see that there's a button there to press. You see the blue button, the flush button, but that now when you press it doesn't flush the first time. That now just turns the system on, so it turns the extractor fan on, and you can see a little white light flashing away there to say that that's on. If you do then want water to flush, just press the blue button again and then you'll get water to flush. You can actually press the fan light itself and that will switch the fan off. And like I say, over to the left hand side where you would normally just get a red light to say, whoa, you know, cassette's full. I'm putting that lightly. We all know what we normally shout at it. And you've now got 3 lights. So you've got a green light, which means the system's powered on and there's a cassette in there. Then there's a second green light, which is, I'm going to guess at this one, I can't find any proof anywhere of what it's actually been in, but in our use over the last month or so, the second green light, so you can see 2 green lights, that means, you know, you're getting full now, but maybe half or 2/3 full. And then you get the red light to say, listen, you know, shit is full. And that's kind of it, really. It's noisier than I thought it would be. So the fan itself, you can hear it whirring away when you're on the loo, and people can slightly hear it from the outside as well. So if you've got your awning out and people are around and you come in to use the loo and you sit down and you put the extractor on, then no one's going to smell it outside, but they'll sure hear that you're on the loo and the fans whirring away. That's a little consideration. But yeah, simple installation. Added bonus that you get some extra little lights to say that the progress of you filling the cassette up. And I've not had any issues with it so far. The installation was, like I say, very straightforward, and the operation since then has been very straightforward as well. Everything still works exactly as it did before. You just have the option now to vent your smells outside, rather than when you have your flap open and you use your loo, the smell would normally come up inside the toilet. So without being crass about it, it's a more pleasurable experience going for a number 2 now than it ever was before. And that includes when the loo is full of 1s and 2s or 2s. You don't really smell it, if at all, anymore. So that's how good it is. The kit, I think, was about £128, £130, something like that. I'll put a link below in the video description where you can buy yours. I think it was some random caravan accessory website sort of thing. I've not yet found them on eBay or Amazon or anything like that. Came within about a week and a half, so not so bad. The entire installation, probably from start to finish, including all my faffing around with the battens and all that kind of stuff, probably took me about 2 hours. I would imagine if you've got the option to take the toilet system out and drill the hole better and do all that kind of stuff, I would imagine that's probably going to knock at least half an hour off of the faffing time that I had. But yeah, overall, can thoroughly recommend it. And yes, I do know in the past I've gone, SOG system, who needs one of them? Yeah, changed mind completely. I would say yes, everyone should have one. It does make using the loo far much more a pleasurable process, should I say. Right, if you've got any questions, do ask in the comments section down below, and we'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching, take care, bye.